Welcome to Refuse to Lose. My name is Joe Jordan. I am your host today. Today we're going to talk about that Super Bowl last night. Now that Super Bowl is very, well, I don't say very, but it was a close game, which I was excited about. I picked the Bengals to win going into the game. I had the Bengals winning 24-21, and I had Joe Mixon as an MVP. I wasn't rooting for the Bengals because I wanted to watch that game and actually enjoy it. And that's what I did. I watched that game and I enjoyed every great moment that happened in that game because I wasn't rooting for a person. I didn't really care if I was right or not. So, but we got a lot to talk about. So, like, this is an overall picture. All right. Number one, Joe Burrow, awesome job getting to the dance. Awesome job getting to this moment. But Joe Burrow had his worst game in the playoffs in the Super Bowl. That was his worst game in the playoffs, in my opinion. All right. He didn't play pretty good. And then you got Matthew Stafford, who also didn't play great, but he did do enough to win the game. You know, like he had that 4-quarter drive that led to a touchdown. But, you know, he was inaccurate on some throws on key downs, on key third downs. He was inaccurate on some throws. He threw a couple of interceptions. Now, one of those interceptions, I'm not going to beat him up for because it was third down. It's basically like it's a punt, but it does shift momentum though. So that's why I don't really agree with those interceptions when it's third down. Your mindset is like if they intercept the ball, that's fine. We're just gonna punt it anyway. What it does is it gives that defense more confidence. Then it gives extra energy to that offense for the Bengals. So let's break down what happened. So first off, all right, the Bengals' first drive. Let's talk about that. The Bengals' first drive. Joe Burrow. I'm gonna listen. Joe Burrow is the reason why they lost this game. I would say Joe Burrow and the whoever the coach, the play caller, right? So my issue with them is Joe Burrow he missed a few throws on key downs. You look on that first drive when they went for it on fourth down. T. Higgins was wide open. It was blown coverage off the rip, and T. Higgins was wide open off the motion. And then he threw it to Jamar Chase, who was double covered, and then he didn't catch it. And I think a lot of that had to do with the pass rush. He was worried about the pass rush. Now, coming into this game, I was saying that the great thing about Joe Burrow, he doesn't get rattled. But I'm not going to say he was rattled, but he was rushed. He felt the pressure coming a little bit too early sometimes in the first half. So he was trying to get the ball out quick. Because on that fourth down play, he had a little bit more time to look for Higgins, but he was so worried about that pass rush. He got the ball out real quick, threw the Chase instead of Higgins, and there you go. It's turnover on downs. All right. So, and then, you know, Stafford did a great job taking it. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes need to take notes from Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, that game, he was taking everything the defense gave him. He was looking through all his reads. If nobody was open, he wasn't being risky in the first two drives. He was like, if nobody's open, I'm going to throw in the flats. And that's exactly what he was doing. And he did that first drive, you know. But so, and then on that drive they scored, he found OBJ in the end zone. That was a great pass and a great catch over Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton actually played okay defense. Like once OBJ caught the ball, you know, he did his job. He tried to swipe the ball, you know, separate the hands, but OBJ was glued. It was glued in, and he caught it. OBJ was on track to become MVP, but he had his injury. I think he had 2 receptions. He had 2 big receptions, 1 for a touchdown, and he had he caught like a mini bomb basically, and another big play. He had like 52 yards before leaving the game because Cooper Kupp had all the attention. But then Cooper Kupp rise and shows you why he's the best player on this team. I kept telling people that. All right. So now the next drive is Joe Burrow once again. Joe Burrow once again was inaccurate. On third down, he threw the ball to Chris Evans on third down, and he overthrew him, who also was wide open. So that's 2 drives in a row when he missed a wide open target on a potential first down to keep the chains going. All right. So that's a bad start for Joe Burrow because the Bengals should have been going into the half with the lead, not the Rams. So then the Bengals after that, right? You know, the Rams, I'm going with the Bengals. But after that, the Bengals next drive, think about this. They ran the ball. This is why I was upset with the play calling. They ran the ball, got 13 yards, right? The very next play, he throws to Jamar Chase, 46-yard gain, which is great. Now it's 3rd and 10. It's not 3rd and 10. 1st and 10 on the 11th yard, on the 11-yard line. That's a tough place to be. You got basically 11 yards to get to the end zone. First of all, when you get to the red zone, the field is smaller, so that's when your run game is supposed to rise and shine. But what do they do when they get down to 1st and 11 on 1st and 10 on the Rams 11-yard line? They threw the ball 3 times straight. That's why I'm like, Joe Mixon had 72 yards. He had about 15 carries. He averaged like 4.8 yards per carry. His longest rush was 14 yards. So it wasn't like it was a fluke 72 yards. No, he was getting chunks at a time. But they weren't feeding him the ball. The pass rush is coming. Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, all those guys, all they want to do is rush the quarterback. So you got to keep them disciplined and run that ball. And they did not do that. And I think that the Bengals should have used the screen game more. They did 2 plays in a row. They did 2 good things. It just didn't work out. It was bad timing for it. Doesn't mean you're supposed to abandon it. On one drive, they threw a screen pass. It didn't work out. Then the very next play, they did a delay handoff, a delay handoff, right? Which I was saying, like, I went to a Super Bowl party. I kept saying, man, run the screen game and get some delay handoffs, because all these D linemen want to do is rush the quarterback. So keep them patient, keep them honest by running the ball. And the Bengals did not do that. They kept on being pass heavy. So they threw the ball 3 times straight. They didn't get into the end zone. They didn't even get the first down. They didn't even move the ball at all, I don't think, set up for a field goal. So right now it's 7-3. The score could have been 7-7. It's crazy. They set up for too many field goals this game. All right. So that was that. Now, Cooper Kupp scored the next drive. Cooper Kupp, man, I'm telling y'all, I was on a weekly special. I was mentioning that, that Aaron Donald was enough. They said Aaron Donald the best player in this game. I said it was Cooper Kupp. I thought Cooper Kupp was the best player in this Super Bowl, because Aaron Donald, he showed up. He's great also, and he showed up this game. But Cooper Kupp was way more valuable. Cooper Kupp put up better productions. So, Cooper Kupp is just a monster. All right? So was Aaron Donald. So Cooper Kupp scored the next drive on Eli Apple. Eli Apple, he had some bad moments in this game. Now, I know it's Cooper Kupp we're talking about, but come on, guy. That touchdown right there was all him. It was zone coverage. You know that you don't have help on the back end. You got to keep Cooper Kupp in front of you. Cooper Kupp, he swung to the middle and he dug and sprint straight to the corner. And basically, Eli Apple couldn't keep up, But the Eli Apple should never let Cooper Kupp get behind him, So that was Eli Apple's fault, messed up in his zone coverage. And it was a great play design also, and great route by Cooper Kupp. So Eli Apple, that was on you, my man. So the next drive, Joe Mixon throws a TD to T. Higgins, which is awesome. I'm telling y'all, if the Bengals would have followed, if they did what I said, not saying I'm the coach, but if what I predicted would have happened, meaning they would have handed the ball off more because to keep that D-line honest, the Bengals would have won that game and Joe Mixon would have won MVP because he had a pass TD. And if they would have kept running the ball, he probably had about 1 or 2 rushing TDs and over 100 yards. So he would have won MVP, So they didn't use him. They didn't use him a lot. And I'm gonna bring up Joe Mixon again towards the end. I'm not sure if he was hurt or not, but we're gonna talk about him towards the end. So here's the thing, though. All right, Matthew Stafford. Right, Matthew Stafford throws a Hail Mary pass interception. I don't know who this player was, but he ran on the field and got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, celebrating with the team. I'm thinking like, dude, first of all, the Bengals coming to this game, leading the league. Sorry, they are number 1 in penalties. They are last in the league in penalties. How you say it? Do you say last or first? They are the best team when it comes to penalties. How about that? They're the best team when it comes to penalties. I think they average I don't know how much they average, but I don't know if they average 2 a game or they average 2 a game in playoffs, but they barely get penalties. But yesterday they got 5 penalties, 4 of them actually counted. All right. And they had 3 penalties on that final drive, which is crazy. But That guy ran on the field. I'm like, what are you doing? Dude, it's a Super Bowl. Why are you on the field? Bruh, go on the sideline. You got a whole street outfit on. You got no helmets, no cleats. You got no pads, no pads, no shoulder pad. Like, bruh, what are you doing? Get off the field. It's the Super Bowl. And guess what? They get an interception, they get momentum, and you get pinned back in your own territory. Like, come on, dude. You get pinned back in your own territory. So now you gotta get out in the hole. Like, now you're in the hole. You know, so if that penalty never happened, because that penalty kind of killed their momentum. Gosh. See, those are mistakes that people make that's not used to this moment. And that's what everybody been saying. They've been saying, I mean, I've been saying them not having experience is good, but them not having experience hurt them because they were not disciplined at certain times. All right. So now that happened. All right. So then I guess you go to the I think after that was after that was the first half. So then the Bengals get the ball. T. Higgins get the ball after the half, and T. Higgins scores on basically the first play. All right, and that was definitely offensive pass interference. You know, he definitely grabbed Jalen Ramsey helmet, but it's okay because the referees made up for it later on in the game. So that was a touchdown. And then the very next play, Matthew Stafford throws a pick. Now, you can argue and say that it was the receiver's fault, right? Or you could argue like Matthew Stafford could have put the ball in a better position. You know, I'm going to say Matthew Stafford could have put the ball in a better position. But Nwuzie, I know the Dallas Cowboys kind of upset about this. He's in the Super Bowl now. But Nwuzie caught the interception. Great play. And then, so look, this is when Aaron Donald made his moment. This was so key. Think about it. T. Higgins scores a TD. Now they're up 17-13. You throw an interception, the Bengals got all the momentum and confidence. All they got to do is score another touchdown. Now it's a 2-possession game when the Bengals defense has been playing good. So what happens? On third down, Aaron Donald showed up and got his first sack and killed the momentum. That was so crucial to the whole game. And it came after it was a scuffle on the sideline. You know, Joe Burrow ran and Aaron Donald kind of pushed him late and they kind of got into it. That woke up Aaron Donald and he got that key. That was a key sack. That's why he's great. I was kind of doubting his greatness this year, but he showed up, man, in pivotal moments. You needed your best player on defense to show up on this moment to kill this momentum. And what he do, he gets a sack on Joe Burrow. That was so key to this whole game. So they had a settle for a field goal, and now the score is 20-13. And you're still in striking distance, whatever. So after that, right? Cooper Kupp, wide receiver pass. He tried to pull to Joe Mixon. It was terrible. It didn't work out. So back to the Bengals, 3rd and 13. Joe Burrow, once again, is the reason why they couldn't go for it. It wouldn't have been a first down, but still, he underthrew Jamar Chase on the comeback route. Underthrew Jamar Chase. So that didn't work, right? So once again, you know the rush is coming. Run the ball. Why are they throwing the ball constantly? I think on that drive, matter of fact, that's the drive when they did the screen pass and everything. And I mentioned earlier, they did a screen pass. That's good. But throughout the whole game, after that, you know you have the lead. You have the lead. It's right. Run the ball, run some screen passes, and burn the clock. You have the lead. Play it safe. This is a Super Bowl, y'all. This is a Super Bowl. So now Matthew Stafford gets the ball. Guess what? On 3rd down, this is why I don't think he had a great game. He missed a lot of targets. On 3rd down, he missed it. He was wide open and missed them. You know? And then guess what the Bengals do? They come back at the ball. Tyler Boyd, who hasn't dropped the pass all year, He drops a pivotal third down pass that would have put it at 4th and 1, 4th and 2 probably. He drops it. This is when experience kicks in. They don't have experience. I think the moment was too, at times, was like it was too big for them. All right. So the Bengals on this last Rams drive, when the Rams scored a touchdown, the Bengals were gassed. They were done. The Bengals were gassed. All right. Matthew Stafford, though, did a great job engineering that drive. Even though he missed Jefferson wide open in the back of the end zone, that's not the hand there. He made it up with Cooper Kupp. Now, on this drive alone, Wilson played great all game. He had a key holding call, which I don't think it should have been called, but like I said, it's a makeup call from T. Higgins, basically pass interference on Jalen Ramsey. So I'm not mad at that. But he played great this whole game, and he got called for holding on Cooper Kupp in the end zone. All right. So that happened first down. And then Cooper Kupp really had 3 touchdowns as one drive. He caught a touchdown in the end zone. He gets smacked too high, which is another bad thing the Bengals did. They had 3 penalties that drive. Wilson was the first one. This helmet to helmet, basically, and defensive hit call was unnecessary. All right. And in the midst of that, number 79, I think his name is number 79, Heavenstein. I think it's Rob Heavenstein. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Heavenstein. Number 79 had a holding call, and Cooper Kupp catches the ball. He gets hit. Why are you making that? Come on, dude. You know they're gonna call it, especially on Cooper Kupp, the best receiver in the game. Come on. If you don't make that hit, guess what? The Rams, that's a holding call. They go 10 years, but not 10 years, 10 yards back. So now it's going to be tough for them to score. But no, the Bengals, undisciplined, once again in the Super Bowl, gets this penalty. Now it's offset. So that's one touchdown that got called back for TD for Cooper Kupp. The very next play, or the very next play did the quarterback sneak. But after that, Eli Apple gets fried by Cooper Kupp. Fried him. He held on. That would have been a touchdown, but that was a great pass interference call. I would have did the same thing. But he got fried. And then I'm like, give it to Cooper. I'm in the house screaming, give it to Cooper. If I was done, I would do a handoff to Cooper Kupp, something like that. I would do a wide receiver screen and not screen, put him in motion and hand it all to him. That's exactly what I would have did. But instead they threw a fade to him, which I love, and he caught it. Cooper Kupp showed y'all in the crunch time why he's that guy. Because on that drive, he kept the drive going, the whole drive. It was Cooper Kupp or bust that last final drive. And that's why, that's why he's the best player in that game. So we down to this last drive, right? This is what I don't get. Was Joe Mixon hurt? Did I miss something? Was he injured? Because it's 3rd and 1. They handed the ball off, which I think they should have. But it was P. Ryan. Why is P. Ryan the game? I'm not sure. I didn't read nothing. I didn't watch no press conferences last night. I didn't watch none of that stuff. I just watched the game, went to sleep, woke up early this morning, watched the game again, and now I'm doing this video recording to you guys. So I didn't see any news and nothing like that. But was Joe Mixon hurt? Because he was not in the game on 3rd down and 4th down. He was not in the game. Joe Mixon is your only person on your team on offense that was an all-pro. He's all-pro this year. 3rd leading rusher in the league. Like I told y'all, he had 15 carries, 4.8 yards per carry, 72 yards. Give him the ball. Why are you giving him to P. Ryan? He had to be hurt. He had to be. That's the only way that would make sense. Only way that would make sense. So P. Ryan tries to run the ball. He puts no effort, and Aaron Donald made that play, by the way, and stopped him. And then the very next play, Aaron Donald was like, I'm not letting Joe Burrow get this ball off. I'm sorry. You're going to have to ring me. Sacks Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow tried to get it to P. Ryan, not Joe Mixon once again, and he was not able to get it. Game over. Game over. So Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp, the 2 best players in this game, showed up for the Rams. This is why they got Aaron Donald. This is why they got Von Miller. This is why they got OBJ. This is why they got all these players, Matthew Stafford, to get to this moment and execute like they did in that last few minutes in the game. They took over the game offensively and defensively. So great job to the Rams. Now, it's another subject. All right, we're gonna do another subject probably about is he a Hall of Famer, all that stuff, right? But one thing I could say, Odell Beckham Jr. is a number one receiver. He's gonna get paid. He said he want to stay with the Rams. I don't know about that. I think he might leave, but he got hurt. Sorry, bro, to hear that. I know he was crying. He was emotional. I would be the same way. But he deserves a big contract next year for our receiver. He's legit. He still got it, which I've been saying. So all you guys have been doubting about OBJ, he's still a number one receiver. Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the league right now until proven otherwise. I'm sorry. It's not a fluke. We can't call this a fluke. He had the greatest, he had one of the greatest wide receiver seasons in NFL history in the regular season and playoff. All right. So we got to get into some props and recognize right now we got to make him the number one receiver, the best receiver in the league until proven otherwise. Matthew Stafford, dog, Hall of Famer wise, I wouldn't say Hall of Famer yet because he did not win Super Bowl MVP. He didn't play great this game. Now, and also prior to this game, he hasn't had a playoff win prior to the season. So if he had playoff success early, a few playoff wins, he got far, and then he just came out short, and then he just win this one, then I would say yes, he's a Hall of Famer. But I think he needs more playoff success. He either needs more playoff success or a regular season MVP. He needs one or the other. He gets an MVP next year, he's Hall of Fame. If they make another Super Bowl run and they lose, I'll put him in the Hall of Fame. He needs more playoff success. All right? Because 1 year could always be a fluke year. So I'm not saying it is, but that's what people can say. But pump your brakes on the Hall of Fame talk now. He's not Hall of Fame yet, guys. All right? So that's what I have for you guys today for the Super Bowl. And guess what, man? Football season is conclusion. Now I'm about to just talk about NBA. I'm excited about that. So I will see y'all at the next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also, hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.